All right, hello everyone. Bo Williams here in the WATE newsroom. As we do every Friday, I want to get you up to date on what's going on traffic-wise around the area, and of course, a lot of it's going to focus on the number of road closures and detours still in place following Helene. It's been a week now since the storm made its impacts here in East Tennessee, Western North Carolina, and so many places here in the Southeast. So we'll get to that in a second. I do want to get you up to date though on what is going on out on the roadways as we speak, and this is coming in from TDOT, 40 eastbound right now, heading out toward Kodak. So as you're making your way, say, toward the exit there to Sevierville, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, exit 407, just know we've got an overturned vehicle that is causing some issues. I'm going to bring in the TDOT SmartWay traffic cameras for you here, and we'll click on the one in that area. We'll go full here for a moment. There's a live look for you right now. You can see just over here to the right part of the screen, there's the overturned vehicle. Looks like a dump truck, but has turned on its side, spilled its load here. Crews are there cleaning as well, but you can see that inside what would be the left lane, looks right on our picture, but if you're traveling eastbound, that is the left lane. That inside lane is closed along with the shoulder. A number of first responders are there right now taking care of this, but traffic's getting by on the two outside lanes, but that is going to cause some backups for you. But again, this is a live look. Looks like they still have quite a bit of work to do. Once they get that cleaned up, they're still going to have to upright this truck, get it on one of these tow trucks here and get it out of there, but that could still take some time. Let me just kind of show you part of the backup here as we'll bring in some of the other cameras. A lot of you may be getting ready to head out for a fall break, maybe making a trip toward the beaches. Well, you can see here 40 eastbound. This is a mile marker right around 404 is where we're seeing the backup here. We'll back it up even more for you. This takes it back, let's see, to, what is that, Merritt Road. Again, traffic really starting to slow down. So that's 40 east, heading out of town as you're making your way toward that 407 interchange, or that 407 off-ramp. That's the 66 interchange where the Old Smokies Stadium used to be. I guess we'll call it Old Smoky Stadium now. But again, you can see still a number of first responders there. Truck still sitting there on its side. They'll take a little bit of time here to clean this up, but you do have that left lane closure. We'll come back and check on that coming up in a minute, but I just wanted to show that to you in case you are getting ready to head out. Maybe your kids, like I said, are on fall break. Also, keep in mind, if you're taking 40 east, unless you're heading north and you're planning to go east, say toward the coast, you're going to have an alternate route you're going to have to consider here, and that's going to add about an extra hour, if not more, to your trip, depending on exactly what we're seeing as far as as far as just how many people are taking those taking that extra trip. So let's bring this in here for a moment. Let's bring my map here. Let's go. Well, here we go. Let's see. I've got everything all mixed up here. TDOT sharing alternate route for drivers going to North Carolina, even to South Carolina. If you're heading even further south, I would say maybe head toward Atlanta is going to be your best bet. But if you're heading toward Virginia, obviously North Carolina, maybe even the South Carolina beaches like Myrtle Beach, TDOT sharing the alternative for all of you. As again, you can't cross really between North Carolina and Tennessee. Newfound Gap Road is open right now between Gatlinburg and Cherokee, but keep in mind that's one lane both directions. So you're going to be heavy traffic going through the park. So here is how things are going to shape up, and we'll bring this map back for a second. We'll take it wide for you here. You're going to have to take I-81 northbound. So all the way up here, we'll take these cameras out so you give you a better view, but there we go. I-81 north up into Tennessee, or into Virginia rather. You'll go past Abingdon, Marion, and then you're gonna hit 77 right up here. And I know this is kind of shaded, but you'll hit I-77 and that'll bring you right back down into North Carolina heading towards Charlotte. So that's how you're gonna get into the North Carolina side. I do wanna zoom in here for a second because for a time, I-40 was closed really all the way to just to the north part of Charlotte. It has now since opened, so you will be able to access places like Hickory. If you're heading over toward Claremont, Conover, Taylorsville, you will have a little bit more ability to get around once you get past the mountains. So again, you got to come down 77. Obviously, the whole western part of the state or the eastern part of the state clear right now. No major problems for you there. So just kind of keep that in mind as far as your travels. We did have an accident, an issue earlier, a crash on 81 southbound. Not seeing as big of a backup as we did earlier, but this will cause some issues. That's in Greene County near mile marker 26. But if you're heading north out of town and you're heading, say, over toward the Carolina beaches, let's just say, once you get past this accident scene here, you're going to have to take 81 north all the way up to the interchange here with I-77 and come down. You can't take 40. Just a reminder, that is still closed. As a matter of fact, we'll take this full here for a second. TDOT, what they've done here is they've posted a number of updates for you on those roads that are currently closed. You can see it here on the TDOT SmartWay camera or on their maps. You just click here where it says click here at the top of the page, and these will pop up for you, and it will kind of give you a breakdown of where things are in roads. Major impact, State Route 81, both directions, Unicoi County at Garland Cemetery. And again, that's State Route 81, not Interstate 81. Closed right now. Also, here's another one for you, State Route 67 in Carter County. But you get the idea. You can click on these and get an idea of just what roads are still heavily impacted, which is basically just about all the roads that will take you from Tennessee into North Carolina. So keep all of that in mind. Let's see, originally we had the North Carolina. I'll see if I can't bring this up for you real quick here. I don't know where it went, but we're going to bring it back up for you. North Carolina Department of Transportation wanted to bring this website up for you to kind of show you what's going on over on that side, and you kind of remember what we showed you with Tennessee, right? We're going to go to their real-time traffic. We're going to we'll zoom in here a little bit. It is, as you can imagine, quite a mess. Of course, everything's starting to freeze up on me, but you can see all these roads. Here you go. This is western North Carolina. Basically, everything in red. Access limited, local and hurricane response only. Same situation. You can click on the exclamation points, and they will give you a breakdown of the different roads, but it doesn't matter if you're taking 25 across the mountains, heading toward just to the west of Asheville, if you're trying to take an interstate, 321, maybe you're heading up toward the Boone area, not going to happen. They're all closed, okay? So kind of keep that in mind. That's why you've got to go all the way up to Virginia on 81, grab 77 and bring that back down toward the Charlotte area. But again, you can see here everything in red right now, pretty much off limits for you. Again, just want to stress, you can, once you get to Charlotte, you can use parts of 40 heading westbound, but as you get closer and closer to Asheville, that's going to be tough. And they also remind everybody here, again, this is on the North Carolina page, if you are traveling over there, just remember some of those areas, sometimes the ramps are closed because it's the roads that are just off the interstate were impacted. Also, you could have issues as far as finding gas and food. So again, that's why they want to take you all that north curve, if you will, head up to Virginia, bring you back down near Charlotte. Most of those areas are looking okay, keeps you out of harm's way. Don't have to worry about maybe as far as being able to find gas or a place to charge your vehicle. You should be okay if you use that route. Again, if you try to find a way through the mountains, you never know. You might get lucky, you might not, as far as finding a way to find some food, find gasoline, or find a way to charge your vehicle. But it's very hit and miss. And again, right now, lots of places you just can't drive through there. So that's what it looks like on the North Carolina side compared to the Tennessee side. So keep all of that in mind for you as you're going to be traveling, especially if you're heading out for fall break. All right, I do want to bring this up real close. We've got several events going on in and around downtown Knoxville this weekend that's going to cause some traffic issues for you. It is that time of year. First of all, you've got Austin East Homecoming Parade. That is going on. As a matter of fact, let's see, that started up, it's going to be starting around 4:30, and this is going to impact Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, Ben-Hur Avenue, Bilborn Street until about 5:30. So if you're east of town, over near Austin East, watch for that. Also, you have the Knoxville Pride Parade. That begins at 5 o'clock, steps off at, the staging begins at 5. The parade will step off at 6:30. Roads are going to be closed from 5 until 8 o'clock. And this impacts, basically, if you've ever been to a parade downtown Knoxville, you know the roads that are impacted, right? Hill Avenue between Walnut and Hall of Fame, Main Street, a section of Gay between Main and Hill. Roads closed from 6 p.m. until the end of the parade. So again, just keep that in mind. Also, parking downtown. A lot of people coming out to the parade, they're taking part in it or standing along the side of Gay Street and cheering everybody on. Again, that's going to be causing some delays for you, so something else to think about. And then Saturday, before I forget, today you also have the Jackson Avenue Block Party. So Jackson Avenue, this will be from 6 to 9. Jackson Avenue will be closed between State Street and Central. from 4 to 10 p.m. Street parking meters are included in this closure. Temporary no parking signs are going to be posted as well. So that's going on. So you've got the AE Homecoming Parade, you've got the Pride Parade downtown, and you've got the Jackson Avenue Block Party all going on in Knoxville. And then tomorrow you've got the Farmers Market. So you will have some roads that are closed from 6:45 in the morning until about 2:30 in the afternoon. And basically that's Market Street between Union and Clinch, and then Union between Walnut and Gay Streets. But again, that's going on tomorrow. There's also a Burlington Community Health Festival that is going on. Martin Luther King Boulevard between Oakland and Lakeside Streets will be closed tomorrow between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. And then Sunday, you've got the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation's Memorial Stair Climb. And this is Gay Street between Cumberland Avenue and Main will be closed from 7 a.m. until 2. This is for the 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb at First Horizon Plaza downtown right there along Gay Street. So that will be going on Sunday. You also have Music on Main. That's Main Street between Walnut and Locust Avenues. That's going on. You get the idea. There's a lot happening. So go to our website, WATE.com. Look for this headline. We'll get you up to date. Several events closing roads around downtown Knoxville this weekend. Again, it all starts tonight and runs through Sunday. So no football game in town, but you got a lot of events going on. That is for sure. So again, keep all of that in mind. I also want to remind you too, if you're thinking about heading up to the mountains, again, I know there's parts, the national park you can access, but just know also the Blue Ridge Parkway is closed indefinitely. So if you had thoughts of maybe we'll get up there and then we'll cut over to the Blue Ridge Parkway, it's closed. Right now the Blue Ridge Parkway will remain closed indefinitely. Again, this is according to the National Park Service. We've got a full report for you here from WJZY, one of our stations. But again, a lot of you try to head up that way this time of year to start getting a look at the changing of colors. Not going to be able to do that on the Blue Ridge Parkway. So you've got that. You've got the detour that you can see. We've even got the map for you here, taking you up 81 to 77. You've got a lot of events going on here in the Knoxville area beginning tonight as well. Real quick before we let you go, let's go back to that overturned vehicle on 40 eastbound as you approach the 407 interchange. We'll bring in those cameras again. This is in the Kodak area. We'll take this full for you, give you that live look. They've got the crane out right now, so it looks like they're finally going to try to get that truck upright here just a moment. So we'll hang with this for a few minutes, but you can still see you're going to have quite the backup there. That left-hand lane still closed, that inside shoulder closed. Looks like the workers now making their way away from the truck, so maybe they've got everything hooked up here. We'll kind of hang with this for a moment. We'll see if we can't see them upright this vehicle, but it has been there. It's been there for about an hour now, obviously causing some pretty significant traffic backup. So a number of first responders on scene. Let me, while we're waiting on that, let's go back here real quick and let's check on the backup itself one more time to kind of give you an idea. Here's a live look for you right now. You can see again all three lanes. Of course, the people here on the left don't realize they're going to have to merge right. But again, you can see the backup heading out of Knoxville right now. We'll take it all the way back here a little bit further. This is back near Midway Road. All lanes very, very slow right now, eastbound traffic. But once you get a little bit, once you get back to Strawberry Plains, no major problems there. So if you're trying to get there, you're going to be just fine. But once you get past Strawberry Plains, just be prepared for the slowdown. So let's bring it back here for a second. One more look, as it looks like they're maybe getting ready to try to upright that truck. We'll see here if they're not able to do that. It's sitting on the side of the hill, as you can see, and you can see some of the load that was spilled sitting right down here in this ravine, this little ditch area, I guess really is what that is. But looks like it still may take some time, but they've got everything, it seems like, hooked up here on the back. Going to try to flip this thing over. But again, it's still going to take some time, traffic getting by. So we'll continue to monitor that for you. We'll have updates for you during our 4 o'clock and our 5 o'clock newscast as far as traffic. You can also monitor on our website too. Just click traffic. We can always have links to the smart way system for you as well. Looks like they're moving back around here to this side of the track. So let's see if they're not getting ready to push a button here and see if they can't bring this one back up right here for 1 second. No, it looks like they're coming back out to check on something. All right, we're going to wrap things up here, but again, if you're heading out of town for fall break, 40 eastbound, very, very slow as you're heading toward mile marker 407 and the Kodak area. All right, that's going to do it. As always, you can always send us an email to get us up to date on what's going on. We'll try to get your questions answered. And then also you can call TDOT if you see something out on the roadways, 833-TDOT-FIX, 833-836-8340. Have yourself a safe weekend, safe travels to you if you are heading out of town, and even when you're coming back, hope everything is safe. Again, just steer clear of western North Carolina and the mountains right now, unless you live there, or if you're helping out in some form or fashion with the recovery efforts. They really don't want anybody up there. Unfortunately, you know, just kind of stay away, but we'll continue to keep you up to date right here on WATE. All right, take care.